let's talk about aha moment. It's also known as wow moment. And I recommend you to watch my video about our funnel and about unit economics before, so you'll understand the topic better. So, all you did work to provide the value for the customer. But once customer he come to the web page, he doesn't understand the value of the product. But when he started playing with that, he understood the value of the product, like wow moment. So in that moment, we said you achieve aha moment. So once customer realized the value. So let's take two pigeons. One pigeon didn't eat bread and right one finished. And this left one asking, how is it? What is it? And it's right one pigeon tried to say what is it like, how it is. So, and I think it's much better for you to understand with examples. So in Facebook, they say that the person achieved aha moment when he reached 7 friends in 10 days. It means if you connect to Facebook and add 7 friends in first 1.5 week, you will stay with Facebook much longer. So, because you understand the value of Facebook. Let's say with Dropbox. What is the main value? The main value is sync between devices, yes? So, they said that once you download one file in one folder, it means like you get the value, because once everything is in the cloud, still it's not enough for you. But once you put one folder on one device and put the file, you get the value. By the way, it's very important to put this aha moment in advertisement videos. For example, when Dropbox hadn't enough money to develop, but the product wasn't finished and they need more money from investors, they don't know what to do. So they record a video how person upload file to the cloud and it appears on other devices. So they record aha moment in that video. And so they wrote several articles and they got more than 50,000 registrations. So it means they got early adopters. And when they come to the investors, they said, hey, look, our product didn't finish, but we still 50,000 people need it just in several days. And investors provide them money to finish the product. So because they show the aha moment to the people, so people feel it. Also with Twitter, Twitter understood that if you have if you follow more than 30 users, your dashboard will be enough. It will be like nice, live, and you will get the value of Twitter. Because if you follow one user, it's not enough. So, and they do all actions. So when you come to Twitter, so you start following celebrities or your friends, but once you reach it, they know that you will stay with them forever. For example, Slack. What is the point when you start using Slack and never finished? So they understood and maybe statistically found that after 2,000 messages, you will never leave Slack. So they do everything to motivate you to write the messages. Also, if you remember Airbnb, they also have, they understood that people feel aha moment when they see nice location, good price, and nice picture. So when we see you're going to Dubai, you see nice pictures, you see that this is Dubai and good price, so you feel the aha moment. I would like to order it. For example, in games, it's very important when you come next day, because when you start playing games, it's very often that you get the gold, can we take it tomorrow, for example, or level finished, come back tomorrow. They motivate you to come back tomorrow, because if you come back tomorrow, it means that you will come back many times. So they get you forever. Also, LinkedIn also said that it's X connections in Y base. So very similar to Facebook. So once you have enough connections, you will stay with LinkedIn forever. And they try to provide you potential friends, potential connections, because if they not reach the goal, if you're not reach these connections, you're not successful and you will not stay with them. And by the way, activation is the main thing you need to do after registration, because usually after registration, everybody waits for money. But as you see, world leading companies, they try to activate you, because once you activate it, you'll pay later. And by the way, it's much more profitable to activate customer first and then take the money than do other ways. Because if he paid money and didn't activate himself, so he's not activated, no retention, he will drop or maybe ask for return. And by the way, if you see, usually activation is very, very nice. So no tutorials, and in game industries there are no tutorials. So activation is usually very understandable, easy, nice onboarding, and like use some gamification, but no tutorials. And let's see on Facebook, they know that they need to get from you enough friends. If you have no enough friends, they will spam you until you get it. It's better for them to be big spammers than to lose you. They prefer to be big spammers. So how to find the aha moment? So firstly, you need to use like your brain's logic, brainstorms, like try to go through onboarding yourself. So talk to your team. So like use your head, just something you can do like with a team, with logic. Okay, one more option is to communicate with customers. Best thing is when you call to 10 your customers who was activated right now, who just made the payment, you talk to them and said, when you decide to make the payment, what is your last job, what you did when you decide to, where you click, what you read when you decide to become our customer. So customer will share. And also very important that customers that dropped, for example, they start using it, dropped. You call them and like, hey guys, why you dropped? You registered, you go through funnel, you like finished onboarding, why you dropped? So you can get some insights. You just need to find the repeated questions or find the reason. And also you can also explore data, because in data there are lots of answers. And you just need to find some relations in data. I will show you in the next slide. But what is important, you need to use all these three methods. Three methods. So once you use three methods, combine them, you will get better results and find aha moment for your project. So once you find aha project, you need to motivate all your energy, all your interface. So all your new customer who finished onboarding or didn't finish onboarding should be activated and achieve the aha moment. So also there are a term like key action. Key action is like last drop. So key actions have two meanings. Sometimes key action has a value. Sometimes, for example, key action can be download file. So downloading the file is a key action. Sometimes this action is provides a value. Sometimes key action is like with Facebook. So like once you have 3 friends, not enough. 4 friends, not enough. Once you achieve like 8 friends, you're activated. So it's like last drop in a cup. So your cup will be fulfilled. And this is examples. This is Venn diagrams that showing you the idea. So there are 2 cycles, like one is retained, other not. So once you have one, so people who added 1 friend, usually they're not retained. So blue one is retained. So once you have 8 friends, you're not dropping. So you are stay retaining. So the idea you need to find this balance. So a balance where you need to motivate your customers. So where you need to motivate customers, where you need to focus. And when customer activated, you can focus him on other steps. But now you need to find the balance, find this key action, find a aha moment and motivate customer to do this main action. And also practice. So define firstly the key action. So like offer aha moment and suggest changes in the product. So you just found this point, way to motivate, and suggest changes and do these changes. And of course, it's very important to, if you already use North Star metric, if it's affect your North Star metrics. Because more activated customers should provide a better North Star metric. And of course, you provide better value and we will earn much more money with your product. Thank you. See you on the next video.